YouTube's Cat Litter presents The March to YouTube Domination. Dateline Hollywood. A plucky red-haired beauty hatches her plan to conquer the internet by gaining 100,000 subscribers on YouTube. But she can't do it alone. Only you can help her in her quest to achieve YouTube greatness by liking, subscribing, and most importantly, sharing her videos. Remember, it's up to you to fight the evils of YouTube suppression and the evil corporations who want to keep you down by clicking the like button as we march our way to YouTube domination.
The Oscars came and went, much like gas in the wind. Oh, admit it, you didn't know they were on either. Hello, everyone, I am Mecca, and I'm supposed to know. I actually have to pay attention to these things for you guys. I'm sorry I dropped the ball and didn't pay attention to the Oscars. I don't think anybody's, really missing it. One funny thing did happen, though, that I noticed, and I wanted to make a whole short video on it. We just clipped one. I don't think I'm going to. I think we're just going to talk about it here. First up, but before we get into the ratings, they trolled themselves. They trolled themselves by setting up the fact that maybe Chadwick Boseman was going to win an Oscar posthumously because, we had precedent with Heath Ledger. We had all that. And people were thinking, oh, well, Chadwick Boseman just passed. Let's give him an Oscar posthumously. They didn't. Spoiler, they didn't. They trolled, the whole entire, that little fan theory community of people who get online and are like, we want this casting and we want this person to have an Oscar. No, they trolled those people. They set it up at the very last award and he didn't even win. Kind of hilarious, to be perfect. And the fact that they're kind of neutering, they're basically neutering. Look what they did. Look what they did. Go be angry about it. That says it all, really. They did it just to kind of, that's what the media's been doing, though. They've been doing a lot of stuff, hoping that people get upset over it, hoping that people talk about it, hoping that they can incite something. That's what it feels like to me. Like the media's trying to get people to react. What was that? What was that thing with all the Joker stuff at that time?
White male rage, white male rage, white male rage.
There was a big thing they were talking about back then about people, reacting in a certain way, like the end scene in the Joker for some reason.
White male rage, white male rage, white male rage.
It's almost as if they want people to react and and scream and do something very, very bad and, mostly peaceful, all of those things. Now, back to the main story. You're here for the ratings, aren't you? You're here for the ratings. The Academy Awards have received some, let's just say less than stellar ratings recently, much like everything else, much like the Grammys, much like sports ball, much like every other major thing that decides to go preachy. Their ratings crash to an all-time low. Viewership falls under 10 million for the first time ever. This is from Deadline. This is official. Under 10 million for the first time ever. Gee, first off, there's no movies. Second off, you're filling your stuff with the same BS political activism that we've been telling you for the past, few years at the very least. We're like, okay, enough. We get it. We're all horrible and you hate us. Fine. You're better than us. You're morally superior. Fine. I'm just going to go and get a gimbal and go film my squirrel outside because he's cute and he doesn't tell me I'm an istophobe, right? He doesn't say, oh, we're better than you because we make all this money and we can call out all of you people for being less than us. We're just so much better than you. We're just so much better than you. Even what's his name? The politician ball guy, the politics ball guy, he's like, hey, Oscars have gone full Hunger Games this year. It's bad enough, like the entire last year was full Hunger Games. We had Gal Gadot telling us to imagine a world without possessions.
Imagine there's no heaven.
We had celebrities saying, oh, I take responsibility, and
I take responsibility.
hell, they were even telling us how to vote. They were even saying, oh, well, you're just so stupid. You don't even know how to fill out an envelope without us getting naked to tell you how to fill out an envelope.
I'm here to talk to you about voting. And if you don't do exactly what I tell you, your ballot could get thrown out.
Ricky Gervais, I did a video on this last night. He trolled the Oscars with last year's speech. Hey, this is what we wanted last year. Remember? No, they don't care. They just want to hold all their little moral superiority over us. And of course it's going to fail. Last night's 93rd Annual Academy Awards saw Netflix walk away with the most hardware overall, but the Disney Empire took all the big prizes and with wins for Best Picture and Best Animated Film. Those Nomadland and Soul trophies better shine pretty bright. Because for ABC Sunday's Oscars, we're an expected rating. Oh, they even knew! An expected ratings washout. I thought I was all ready to say unexpected. Yeah, 93rd. Once something hits about 93 years, what happens to it? What happens to it? And that goes for people. That goes for department stores. That goes for trends. We're no longer playing Pinochle and Hearts, for the most part anyway. We're playing video games. We're playing video games with loot boxes and loot drops and card drops. Or we're playing Magic the Gathering or something a little bit more advanced. This is what happens. The Oscars are obsolete and they just don't realize it. They just don't understand. They're like, hey, we're having our 93rd birthday party of kissing ourselves on the ass and patting each other on the back. Why aren't you celebrating how wonderful we are? I just called to tell you how fabulous I am. That's all this is. It's just somebody saying that they're so much better than everybody else. And the one person's going to get that reference and laugh in the audience. Two people are going to get that. That's what this is. That's what this is. They're just telling us how fabulous they are and wondering why. Oh, of course. Of course, it's expected that they're going to drop. An expected rating. We know we're better than you. You are just not good enough to sit there and listen to us lecture you about how istophobe you are. In delayed fashion, national results just released by Nielsen, the 93rd Annual Academy Awards were watched by 9.85 million people with a dismal rating of 1.9 among the 18 to 49 demographic. I'm in this one. I think most of us are in this one. Most of my viewing audience is in this one. We don't care. This is an all-time low for Hollywood's biggest night by a huge margin. The fact that it dropped out 58% in terms of audience from what the previous low was, from last year's previous low. It's 64% in the earlier ratings from the 2020. Okay. In terms of the key demo, the 2021 Oscars is down a crushing 64% from last year's. Oh yeah, that's right. That's the other thing. Jen McMahon, you sent me this joke. I'm going to use your joke because it's funny and I like it and I'm giving you credit for it. This was such a train wreck of a show for the Oscars. They set it in a literal train station. This train wreck is in a literal train station. Oh. Politics at the Oscars. Showbiz figures focused on. Yeah. Which is why nobody wanted to hear it. You're supposed to take us away from our daily troubles. You're supposed to be there entertaining. You're supposed to say, hey, don't worry about your troubles. Let's put on a song and dance in the barn and go and raise some money for that school over there. Let's have fun. Let's have fun. And that's exactly what your audience is telling you. That's what we're telling you, and we're being called istophobes for it. We're saying we want to have fun, so we have the energy and the desire to fix things. Because if you're bashing us over the head with stuff constantly, we're not even going to want to help. We're not going to want to fix it. We're not going to want to be allies. We're not going to want to be out there solving all the problems of the entire universe and society. We just want to be escaping from it for about an hour. This is why your body needs sleep. You need entertainment just as much as you need sleep. You need to eat. You need to sleep. You need to laugh. You need to cry. You need to be angry. You need to be happy. You need all of these things. It is all about the balance and the nature of the crapping universe. And if you guys can't get that through your heads, then you're just never going to have any chance of having the aliens land, are you? Because that's what they're really waiting for.
What are they? Why are they? What do they mean?
They're waiting for us to get our crap together where we're not dividing each other by this stuff. You cannot force people to care. You cannot force people to care about something. No matter what you do. And the more you try and force somebody to care about something, you're going to have some people who follow along like the sheeps they are. Is it sheeps? No, it's sheep. It's singular. Cancel me because I said the wrong thing. And then you're going to have some people who stand up and say, no, I'm going to care more about the squirrel outside than I'm going to care about your awards show, because he doesn't offend me. He doesn't talk down to me. He doesn't say I'm an ist. He doesn't say I'm a phobe. He just is. Be more like the squirrel. The squirrels and the birds and the trees are no more or less protected than you, and they're fine. They don't have college educations. They don't have money. And they're fine. They're taken care of. The universe takes care of them. They give you everything you need. You got to be receptive. You got to open yourself to it. You got to open your mind and let the universe give you what you need.
Open your mind.
And then you'll be more receptive to it. But no, the question going forward is, will 2021 be the Pompeii of award show ratings, or a tremor of sorts due to the particulars of past year? Put another way, if the trajectory at the end of the pandemic stays on its current domestic track, and if things still don't rise next year for the Oscars, how hard will the reckoning be? Well, we're having movies. At least we had Godzilla come out. We had Mortal Kombat come out. I didn't see it, but we have movies that are happening. The problem is you've got all of these political quotas. You're not allowed to express, hey, things have changed. Things have changed without any explanation or consent, without being labeled it's a religious zealotry, and I'm tired of it. I think we're tired of it. This didn't happen. This didn't work very well when you were trying to censor everything with the PMRC. This didn't work very well with the moral majority. This didn't work very well with Satanic Panic. And it's not going to work very well now with this stuff. Anytime you have your religious zealotry, you're going to have people who actually care and do something about it, and then you're going to have other people. You can't force everybody to care. This year's 3-hour plus Academy Awards was also available online on Hulu and a handful of others. I just watched people tweet about it. By the way, Disney-controlled Hulu is the streaming home of Nomadland. Nomadland, which won Best Picture and Best Director for Chloe Zhao. Well, that wouldn't be to appeal to any particular reason, would it? I wonder. Now, isn't this the person who is supposed to be directing the Eternals as well, Disney's Eternals, that we've heard nothing about? We don't even have a trailer for the Eternals. That's coming out in November, probably. Let me get this straight now. So a Disney-made movie on Disney's own site that they're airing this on, with their own director, on Hulu, that they put on their own Hulu thing that they own. I wonder, doesn't that seem like a conflict of interest? Does Disney own the Oscars as well? I mean, they did have the rights to stream them, so I'm sure they could say, hey, just make our movie win. But that would never happen. That would be a little too tinfoily, wouldn't it? Anywho, I'm tired of talking about the Oscars. You guys don't care about it either. I am going to end this video on a high note. Feed your local squirrels and wildlife and stuff, because why not? They're better than a lot of these people that we have to deal with, except for you guys. You guys are awesome. I am going back to my live chat. Don't you guys go anywhere.
What do you want? When you want it?